everyone, Kate here, and today I'm going to be discussing how women of the 1920s and 30s waved their hair. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about how women of the past styled their hair. Don't even get me started on rag curls. It's a pet peeve. One thing people tend to do is oversimplify the numerous options that were available to women back then. Take, for example, the Marcel wave. People often attribute all those beautiful, sculpted wave styles of the 20s and 30s to those dinky little clips that you can still find for sale at places like Sally's. Well, historically, that type of clip was used. There were so many better options. Now, I have had a long fascination with the various tools and devices that women have used to wave their hair. So let's have a look at a few of these tools, starting from about the Edwardian period and going through to the 1930s. The fastest way to achieve a Marcel wave is with some sort of heated iron. The traditional method of creating a Marcel wave was in fact done with a small-barreled curling iron. However, there were also a number of wave-specific irons that came onto the market. They made waving the hair easy to do, but they were a bit risky. As with historic curling irons, there is just no way to know how hot they are, and it is very easy to accidentally fry your hair. For that reason, I've never actually tried any of my historical curling or waving irons. However, they're super fun to collect. Now, curling irons and wave irons are still around, and you can find modern curling irons that are very close in shape to the historical irons. Unfortunately, with wave irons, I have yet to find a modern option that is shaped quite the same way as the historical iron. Some curling iron manufacturer needs to work on that. Now, the most obvious use for a curler is simply to curl the hair, but there were a number of types of curlers that could also be used to create a wave. For example, Mary Pickford used kid curlers to achieve her iconic waves. There were countless designs of curlers, made from anything from paper to fabric to lead. Yes, that's right, lead. If you ever see those fabric-wrapped metal curlers for sale, warning, they tend to be fabric wrapped around a core of lead. That's why I don't own any of those. While many curlers focused more on simply curling the hair, there were those that were designed specifically with waving in mind. Here's a quick look at some of the many curler styles available during this time period. Unlike curlers, where the hair is wrapped around the device, wave clips sit on top of the hair or clamp onto the top layer. These absolutely brilliant devices can turn perfectly straight hair into the most sculpted, beautiful Marcel wave with ease, and a lot less risk of damage when compared to a curling iron. The only downside that I found for these brilliant devices is that they need to be in the hair as long as a set of curlers would in order for the hair to fully set. Unfortunately, they're not exactly the most comfortable things to sleep on. There is a staggering variety of designs for this type of wave device. Here's a look at some of the wave clips in my personal collection, ordered from least favorite to the best wave clips ever. Did I mention how much I love these things? Water wave clips were designed to be used on hair that already had a permanent wave. The combs simply hold the hair in place while it's drying to help sculpt and form the already existing wave. Similar to wave combs were wave caps. These were often made of elastic and/or wire, and functioned much in the same way, simply holding the waves in place as the hair dried. Now there are two types of waving pins that you do see in use during this time. The first is sort of an extra long bobby pin shaped device. This is much like the wave combs and the wave caps, and they're just meant to hold existing waves in shape while they're drying. There was a different style of waving pin that was also used during the Edwardian era, and I have mentioned these on my channel in the past. These are basically like a long hairpin, and the hair is wrapped either in a spiral or in a figure eight around them, and then let to dry, just as you would with a set of curlers. This produces a very nice, although sometimes unpredictable result. These are a much better option than wave clips if you have to sleep in your wave set. Well, that concludes my look at some of the waving devices available to women of the past. Now, I'm sure there are countless other waving tricks and devices that I just haven't had a chance to mention in this video. If you have a favorite method that I haven't mentioned, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear your favorite waving tricks and devices and all that sort of jazz. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Okay. Oh. I forgot to move Sir Stiggington. Kitty, kitty.
This video is made possible through the generous support of my Patreon members. Thank you.